Hello there, everybody. Welcome to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel. Good to see you guys again. I hope you have been doing really well. It's been forever since I have posted an upload like this, and I have done a couple of live streams over the last 6-7 months. If you haven't checked those out, those will be in the column. They've kind of shifted around. So those are in the column under live videos. And I hope you will go check those out. I just did a full moon live stream a few nights ago, and that was for the April full moon 2023. I will post a link as well below in this description box so that you can easily access that, and those are time stamped. There's readings for all 12 of the zodiac signs. So right now is the evening of the April full moon, the pink moon, and that would have been the full moon in Libra. Tonight, it's it's about 12 hours since it passed here officially. It was 12:34 p.m. Eastern time when that occurred today, so we're kind of coming off of the main energy of the full moon. We're starting to wane down a little bit, and it was a very, in my opinion, a very intense full moon. I really felt this one more than I have in a while on our full moons, and I wonder if you might be the same way. Now, this is the first full moon of the new year, of the astrological new year, because in my opinion, astrologically our cycles, they really do begin when the sun moves into the sign of Aries. That is the first sign of the zodiac, and it really is when the beginning of spring happens. Same time as, the spring equinox is when the sun moves into the sign of Aries. So it does start our cycle fresh and new all over again, and it brings back a lot more energy, a lot more fire, a lot more enthusiasm. So in a lot of ways we are feeling that after being very, very much in that sleepy energy of Pisces. So what I'm going to do on this particular video, I'm going to give you just, a few updates like that, and we are going to do a collective read for the post full moon, because this has been a very intense one, to see what else comes through. I will say that big messages that came through for all 12 of our zodiac signs in the live stream, two big things. One of them was a real feeling of coming out of stagnation. I feel like a lot of people have felt extremely stuck. I definitely have been feeling that way, mostly because of health-related reasons, and that's why I haven't been posting as much. I've just needed a ton of rest. I've had to really focus on self-care, and so there is that feeling of like starting to come out of this stagnation for a lot of people. The other thing that came up again and again, almost every one of our signs had Gemini cards come up into the reading, which has to do with a focus on communication and a need to communicate and getting the answers that you need, the answers that you have been seeking, the information that you may feel has been eluding you for a while. Now, what's interesting to me about that is that our planet Mars, which is the ruler of Aries and does deal with forward energy and motion, has been in that sign of Gemini since last August, right? It just moved finally into Cancer just a few weeks ago. So it is really interesting to me to see that, because the reason it was in Gemini for so long, usually Mars is only in a sign for about a month and a half to 2 months, but it was in that sign for so long because we had a very long Mars retrograde last year, and there is a feeling of kind of stalling out with that energy, or sort of like it's like getting into a rut when Mars is in one sign for too long. It's almost like your car, just ruts out a place with its tires, and because of that, it just can't move. It has no momentum. There's nothing to move it because it's just been spinning its wheels in the same place for so long. And so I feel like that's, a good metaphor for what we've been going through energetically. So my feeling is that there is a lot of shifting happening right now with Mars being in the sign of Cancer. Now, keep in mind, Cancer is still a water sign. It's very home-based. It's very home-loving. It's a very kind of gentle, subconscious, moody sort of sign. Mars in the sign of Cancer is famously moody, so don't be surprised if your moods are kind of still up and down. Like some days you might feel very extroverted and ready to go do things, and other days you might just be like, oh, I'm just tired, I want to stay home. That could definitely be on the menu. Now on May, I believe it's 21st, we do have Mars finally moving out of Cancer and into a fire sign for the first time in a very long time here. And I think that Mars is always better expressed in a fire sign. Another place it's really well expressed is Capricorn, because it can get a lot done there. But on the whole, Mars is a fiery energy. It's an enthusiastic, forward-moving, aggressive energy. And so it's always more well expressed in a fiery, feisty sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So it will be finally back in a fire sign after May 21st. And that's when I really feel like our general energy will start to improve quite a bit. We have had tons of planetary shift. And I do get into that more in that live stream that the link is posted to. I've got a timestamp for the astrology updates on that as well, because we've had big movements with Saturn, Pluto, huge. So many things happening, guys. It's almost hard to keep up with it because it has been shifting very, very quickly. And I have been taking it easy, which is a very good thing. The other thing I want to mention is I am starting a sort of dragony book club for anyone who's interested. I am going to be starting out. First book we'll be reading as a group together is Astrology for the Soul by Jan Spiller. And my camera wants to go in and out of focus on this thing, but this is a wonderful book. I've had it in my collection for a very long time, and it is an excellent breakdown of how to understand the North and South Node in your chart and the chart of others. So we will be reading through this. I will be taking it chapter by chapter and just reading through the chapter, making a video, uploading it so you can watch and read along if you like, and comment below on the video what you thought, what you got out of it, etc. This is a great book. It's a classic everybody should have. You don't need to go purchase the book in order to enjoy the videos, because like I said, I will be reading the book for you, a little bit like a dragon read audiobook for y'all, but I will put a link to where you can go buy this classic because it is worth having in your collection. I'm not getting paid to endorse it. It's just a book that I love. And once we finish this book, I will probably move on to another book that I like and we'll do the same thing again. So I think this will be a really fun way to get some, great astrology information out to those of you who want it. And to those that don't want it, you just don't have to watch those videos. It's always great, too, for me as an astrologer to reread what I consider kind of my classics or my favorites, because it's always wonderful to refresh your memory, refresh your information. And I always find that when you read something again, you tend to get something different out of it than you got the first time. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into our collective reading for everyone. And this is going to be for coming down out of that post full moon in Libra energy, just to see what's kind of settling in for the collective. Dear Spirit, let's see what we have for anyone who is watching or will be watching this video. Any messages that would be helpful for us. We're going to use the Moonology decks, the Queen of the Moon, and a couple of tarot decks as well to get these messages for you today. Yes, and I'll tell you, that was another energy that came up quite a bit, was the Leo cards. That was surprising too. Gemini came up the most, but we also did have a lot of interjection from the Leo cards. So the immediate past, guys, this is the last 30 days or so. Nothing is yet set in stone. So the mutable moon energy, the mutable signs are Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, Pisces, and they're more flexible, they're more soft, they change course easier. So this is really telling us that if you were worried that mistakes or situations of the past were just set in stone and there was nothing that you could do to make them better or to reverse course or to fix your work or to make up for a mistake or a misstep that's telling you don't worry about it. Nothing's set in stone yet. Everything is still in flux. So don't fret, don't worry. Things are still in process. Let's clarify that card. Right, and look at that. We have the void moon clarifying that card, which is also saying Don't worry, y'all. There is a clean slate. The slate has basically been cleared away by Spirit for you. Anything can come out of that void. Anything is possible. Whenever I get this card, I always feel that sense of like new beginnings, vulnerable, you know, but also just very fresh, alive, you know, sort of naked under the stars, just really letting the force of the universe surround you, because this is a fresh new start. Really beautiful. Right in the center, present energy. What is that Libra full moon bringing to us as it does its magic? Again, Leo energy coming through. Confidence is the key to success. New moon in Leo. So I really feel this is a strong energy for a lot of us. A lot of us may be kind of beating up on ourselves or feeling like we haven't done enough or we haven't been whatever it is. So this is really a sign to anyone, a message to anyone. Don't beat up on yourself. This is time to really believe in yourself, even if you don't feel that you can right now. This is really saying focus on the things that you know are good about yourself. Focus on the things in life you're grateful for, and those will start to build. The other thing that I would say about Leo is the ultimate artist, creator, performer, especially the performer. And so they really are good at kind of putting on the show and putting on a good performance. And so if there's something of a performance that's coming up in your life, it may be saying it's time to brush off the dust. It's time to shine yourself up a little bit, because Leo knows how to glow. They sure do. They have the star power. And so even if you don't feel that confident right now, it's time to start building that, because it is quite a key to success in the future. It's the cheesy old mantra of believe in yourself, but it is there for a reason. Let's get a clarifier on the Leo energy here. Wow, yes, step into your power, everyone. Look at that, the full moon power. So I do believe that this full moon in Leo and Libra was really coming in to return us to our personal power, our personal greatness. I feel, you know, because the opposite, of course, of the Libra full moon is that Sun in Aries. And the Aries energy is all about our identity, our purpose. Aries motto is I am. So what are we here for? What is it that we know we are meant for? What is it that we feel is for us or that we want to accomplish? And even if you don't know what that is right now, stay open to it. This is kind of opening a portal for those of us that are like, well, I don't even know what I want to do just yet. I've had that lately. I've definitely had that. There's so many things that I enjoy doing that I'm just like, well, which one? I just, you know, it's like, what am I supposed to focus on? So this is really beautiful because it's telling us, you know, let the power just flow through you. The right thing, you're going to be led to it, right? In the next 30 days, as this full moon energy plays out for us till our next full moon, which will be in that powerful sign of Scorpio, conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse, to me, this is a sign that, you know, big conclusions, big answers are coming through for us. Eclipses, to me, are also big release and transformations. You know, we're shifting out of some old realities into new ones. So let's get a clarifier, please, on this full moon eclipse card. Yes, and look at that. My goodness, this is a powerful reading, y'all. I'm glad I sat down to do these. Full moon, then the new moon. We've got beginnings, new moon beginnings, and look at that, what I say about moving from one reality to another, because here's the old reality, it's winter, through the door is spring. We are definitely moving into a new reality, a new time of new beginnings. There's definitely some things that are getting left behind. There really are. You know, this is just a natural cycle, natural process. So let's go ahead, we're going to dig into some tarot, and we're just going to do the kind of same past, present, future layout right on top of these to get a little deeper into the message. So here in that past position, let's start with that one. We're just going to lay these out. Just bear with me a moment, guys. Definitely leaving some things behind, y'all. Oh my goodness. Feeling it. So in the past position, and we will clarify this tarot card as well with another one. Look at that. 8 of Cups. And there's the moon, the lunar eclipse in the card. Where we're heading to is the big change, the big transformation. And to me, the 8 of Cups is recognizing that there may be something in your life, a circumstance, a job, a relationship, a place where you live, whatever it is, that, you know, it's been pretty good and it has served you as well as it can, but it's time to continue your journey. There's something even better out there for you. So it's time to keep it moving. It's time to release something, but something greater is coming with that card. Yes, and there's going to be some big decisions. I think there definitely will. 2 of Swords on top of that. There's our Libra energy that is this full moon, right? And this has to do with making a choice and not procrastinating anymore. So if any one of you kind of, you know the choice you've got to make, you know that decision time is coming, and you've just been putting it off, and trying, you know, to avoid it, there's not avoiding it anymore. And look at this, the 2 of Swords coming up front and center yet again. So this Libra full moon is really shining a light. You got to step into your power, embrace your confidence. You know what to do, right? Especially if you have a really clear understanding of what you need to choose between. Now, if you don't, like I said, for some of us, we may be feeling like, well, I'm not even sure what I'm choosing between just yet. So try to relax into that. Don't stress yourself out too much, and don't stress yourself out anyway. I don't recommend that. With the 2 of Swords, I would say this isn't a thing about stressing yourself out. The point of this card is that it's more stressful not to make the choice. It's more stressful to keep procrastinating, keep the blindfold on, and not really look at what you've got to choose between and the choices that you've got to make. So let's clarify again this 2 of Swords. Let's see what this could be about a little deeper for us. It is going to take a waiting game for some. But I think it's almost like you're making a choice about what it is that you want to grow. What is it that you want to see more of your life? And that's where to focus your energy, because, you know, that 7 of Pentacles is very much about, you know, I planted the seeds, I'm watching them grow. I'm hoping that they come up the way that I want to. And I know it's going to take a little time, but as long as I'm, you know, being vigilant and I'm nurturing the seeds and making sure they get enough water and light, I know that I have a better chance. So this is about making a choice towards what you want to nurture. And there we go. Brand new, fresh beginnings. King of Wands. This is definitely bringing in both our Libra and Aries energy. Big time. We can feel it. Because to me, King of Wands is such an Aries king. And what a surprise, on the bottom of this deck, there's our Queen of Wands. So definitely the balance, right? These are the balanced energies between the two, which I also see the Queen of Wands as very Leo energy, right? We got a lot of Leo in there, where it's like, you know, to me, that's her energy, is that she's going to shine no matter what. She has that confidence. She's really not afraid. She knows how to use her magic, her passion, her talents, all of it. Her enthusiasm for life. So let's get a clarifier on this King of Wands, please. Let's see what more he's got to tell us. Woo! I'm going to flip these cards around, so he's going to tell us. My goodness. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes they get a little crazy. But we are dealing with some very fiery energy. It's very, you know, burst of life. And there we are. Yeah, definitely moving forward in a lot of things. You know, Knight of Cups to me, you know, it's love, but it's so much more than that. It's a spiritual journey. It's a journey of the heart. This can be love offers given and received as well. So there could be new relationships if you want them coming in. But I do feel like this is also that soul searching, right? On the bottom of the second deck, we had the 3 of Pentacles. So again, this is working as a team, working as a group. If you have the, you know, if you have the ability to do that, it's definitely a good thing. It's not ever a wrong thing to work together and collaborate with like-minded individuals. I kind of get the feeling, though, that either way, you know, it's like you can have success either way, but it might be a little bit more satisfying if you have at least one partner to do it, because we've got Two of Swords, Two of Swords, we've got King and Queen. It's like there's that, you know, divine counterpart. Knight of Cups, searching for that, you know, again, you know, somebody to connect with. Three of Pentacles to me is definitely a teamwork, making something happen together. So just keep that in mind, that even if you are doing this alone, I think you do have a lot of personal power, but if you find the right and, you know, appropriate people to align with, it could double your power even more. So let's get into some affirmation cards with our Moonology Manifestations deck to wrap this up. I like the balance here. Top card, full moon in Leo, go wild, it says. And I would say, you know, not in any bad way. I mean, this is going wild in the sense of letting your spirit, your creativity, your confidence truly soar and go wild and free and unencumbered. Don't let people, you know, again, it's that saying, you know, don't let them dim your sparkle or dull your shine, right? I find that, you know, there's a lot of folks out there that just don't want to see somebody else be happy or be successful, but, you know, go do it anyway. Don't let them get you down. On the bottom, look at this. New moon in Aquarius, open up to change. And we said big changes coming through, big transformations, new doors opening, new cycles beginning. I love that there's the balance, because Leo and Aquarius are the equal opposite balance, just like Libra and Aries are, and they are respectively also a fire and air sign. So, you know, and when we fan the flames, they get bigger. I would absolutely say that's true. There's also definitely a balancing of the ego, right? I would always say, you know, the power of Leo is in healthy self-pride and self-worth. Don't let it turn into bluster or ego that just serves to put other people down or make other people feel less. So definitely keep that in balance. And be ready. Be open. I know that we don't always like change, and, you know, I'm a Capricorn. I know all about that. We don't really like to see the changes. We're like, wait a minute, earthquake, gotta dig in. But there are shifts coming up. Pluto just went into Aquarius. This is a huge change, guys. It was in Capricorn for almost 15 years. It's going to be in Aquarius for about 19 years. And so these are major transformations that are coming about. Pluto being the planet or luminary, if you don't want to call it a planet anymore, it doesn't really matter. But it is that catalyst for transformation and life and death and rebirth, because it is that Scorpio rulership, right? So when it's in Aquarius, we're going to see some big changes, some big radical revolutionary shifts in the world and in consciousness. This was a great read. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I will have the links down to the other 12 individual sign readings that we did the other night. You'll also get a little bit more of the astrology information in that video. And if you would like to join the Dragon Book Club, our first book that we will be reading together will be Astrology for the Soul by Jan Spiller. And I look forward to seeing you guys again very soon. Take care.